It's road race weekend. Lace up your sneakers, or at least get your cheering voices ready. The runners are descending on Falmouth, and Falmouth In Focus is all over it, starting right now. Hello and welcome to this special edition of Falmouth In Focus. I'm Michael Kasparian.
And I'm Eileen, Preston. And we're here at the Health and Fitness Expo, which is typically the Falmouth High School, but it has been transported into the Expo to pick up your ticket to run your bib, right?
Your bib.
To buy some things, to look at things. This is a big weekend for Falmouth.
Absolutely.
How big?
It's huge. The 2026 ASICS Falmouth Road Race is going to be huge. As far as Falmouth goes, from a Chamber of Commerce perspective, it's the second busiest weekend of the year, sometimes surpass it, but right in line with 4th of July with the number of people who are here. You can't find a hotel room in town. The restaurants will be full, the grocery shelves will be empty, and we're going to have over 100,000 people here this weekend, and the weather's looking good. I think it's going to be a wonderful weather for runners, for racers. It's going to be in the mid-70s, maybe a little bit of rain. I think people like that, so I think we're going to have some fast times. It's going to be competitive, and we're just so pleased everybody's here.
This is a fabulous day for Falmouth. And we look around and we see all these different booths that are open, and you can pick up your trot skis, there's some things to buy, some things to pick up.
Yes.
It's exciting. You can feel it in the air.
Yeah, and there's special demonstrations going on throughout the course of the time that people are here to pick up their bids. You know, we've really seen this expo just progress to such a point that it's just a pleasure to come here. And there's something for everybody. Obviously, everybody who's running has to come here, like Eileen said, pick up their bib. But then they get to come in here, check out some new equipment, perhaps pick up a shirt, go to a demonstration, and run into people that they may not have seen since last year, right?
Absolutely. And this is always a big weekend for FCTV member producer Juliana Coughlin. She is the one who produces and speaks on. She's the host of Runner on FCTV, which is all about things running.
Yeah, and she's got some tips for those of you who are pounding the pavement.
My tip for you for getting to the starting line is if you are staying in town and you feel so athletically inclined, I would highly recommend, highly recommend taking a walk to the starting line. The bike path is the best way to get there. It's like literally a straight shot. The end of the bike path is directly where you want to be when you get into Woods Hole, and it will shoot you directly into the starting line area for the Falmouth Road Race. So if you live anywhere, or if you are staying anywhere where the bike path is accessible to you and you feel like you'd like to walk like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miles to the starting line area, highly recommend. Get yourself like a nice cup of coffee and a bagel. Then I would say the night before, don't go to Dunkin' Donuts in the morning. Don't do that. The line is going to be insane. You're never going to get your bagel or your coffee. Make your coffee at home, bring like a little snacky from home, and have a nice leisurely walk down the bike path and watch the sunrise, like take it in. You don't need to be there until like really, if you're walking, like 7:30, to be honest. So if you leave your house with enough time to walk there and get to the starting line area by 7:30, because the race starts at 8, you should be in great shape. And you'll have like a nice way to warm up. You'll have like a nice time to just like soak in with more of the Cape Cod vibes. You don't have to deal with being on the bus. You don't have to deal with like sitting around in the Woods Hole area that is like largely overcrowded. So definitely my highest recommendation would be to walk to the starting line. I will be running. I usually run to the starting line area. That is also an option. But the bike path is the best way to get there because it will directly shoot you out into the Woods Hole, like Main Street area, which is exactly where you need to be for the start of the Falmouth Road Race and to get into your corral on time. And I would say 7:30 at the latest would be the best time to show up if you are walking or running. You've made your way to the starting line, boom, 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 boom. The gun goes off and you are off to the races. We are racing through the streets of Woods Hole. The first 3 miles, as you probably already know, are like deceptively hilly. The first mile, you're going to hit a pretty significant downhill, but then you're going to hit a little bit of an uphill, and then it's going to be rolling hills until you hit Surf Drive. And Surf Drive is notorious for being what? Hot. Like real hot. It is pretty much like it is right here where I am, where you see there is no tree cover. There are no trees here to be seen. You are in the direct sunlight. Surf drive, yeah, there's definitely a breeze on the beach. Generally speaking, surf drive is where the crowds start to pick up because that's where it starts to become more accessible for people to like park somewhere and then walk and to spectate the race. So you will notice a significant increase in crowds once you hit mile 3, which is exactly where you're going to hit Surf Drive Beach. Once you hit that, the wall of people starts and they start blocking the breeze. I mean, it's super encouraging to have the crowd, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely love having the crowd there. Like, this is the one day of the year where it's a giant party in Falmouth, which is so much fun. There's not going to be as much breeze as you're anticipating. So really, really, really do your heat training. Surf Drive Beach is my favorite beach in the entire world. Like, I literally have a tattoo of it on my leg. I think that it's definitely worth coming back for if you are going to be in town for longer than just that one day, or just like rerouting the course with your car later in the day. Usually after 2 o'clock is a good time to do that. Definitely, it will block a little bit of the view that makes this beach as iconic, at least in my mind. One of the other things that I would like to impart on you, and like my biggest tip and my most important tip for this video, is hydration and heat management. The biggest thing and the biggest problem that most people come across when they're running the Falmouth Road Race is the heat. Don't kid yourself. There's been like 2 or 3 days out of the entire history of the Falmouth Road Race where it's been below like 70 degrees. It's going to be freaking hot, man. It's going to be hot, and like you're just going to have to deal with it. And if you have not trained outside, and if you have not trained with like hydration, electrolytes, water, like cooling methods, because there will be plenty of people on the course who are holding up hoses in their front yards and have like some kind of water like sprinkler system as part of their cheering zone. Like that is going to happen. You really need to be on top of your hydration because it's not the distance that stops people from finishing this race, it's the heat. I'm going to throw in like a bonus tip because this is something that I encountered like a couple of years back when I was wearing a shoe that just like did not have good grip on the bottom. But like I mentioned, there will be plenty of people who have hoses and sprinklers and all these things, making the roads kind of wet as you are running through the streets, and also like your normal like water stop areas where people are dumping cups and they're throwing water on themselves. There's a lot of water happening during this race. My recommendation for you would be to find a shoe that has a good grip on the bottom, because if you are wearing a pair of shoes that has like a slippery bottom to it and just like does not do good in the wet water, if you have a shoe that just does not have a good grip and gets slippery when wet, you might fall. Is this Juliana just being overcautious? Potentially. You never know, but I don't want anyone to slip and fall. So that's just my MO. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'll see you guys later.
And actually, Juliana Coughlin is here, so come on over.
Hello, friends.
How are you?
Good. Happy to be here. Excited to be here.
Yeah, excited for the whole weekend, of course.
Oh yeah, this is like my favorite weekend of the whole year. Besides the Cape Cod Marathon, but you know, still, it's up there. It's a good weekend.
So welcome back.
Yeah.
This is, how many races have you done so far now?
I believe this is my 12th, if I'm remembering how many mugs I have correctly.
And do you have a time you're really hoping for this time?
I mean, last year was not my best health year, so I would just like to beat last year's time, which is not great. So hopefully under an hour. If I'm being spicy about it, hopefully under 50 minutes, but we'll see.
Now, the weather's supposed to be really good for running. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So you think that'll be helpful in that time?
Oh, totally. I mean, the weather recently has not been helpful in any capacity. So anything like under 80 degrees is going to be a nice time for us.
Yeah, and a little bit of rain maybe. So that wouldn't be too bad while you're running.
I love rain when it's hot outside.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So the crowds I've noticed driving over here, so many people already in town. I mean, have you noticed that? You went running this morning, you said.
Yeah, totally. You can like feel the energy coming into the town starting today. Well, actually kind of starting last night, but especially today, and it just ramps up from here, kind of like making its crescendo on Sunday.
So let me ask you, I have a question, which I'm always, today's Thursday, the race is Sunday. You change your diet at all between now and then? Are you thinking about that too?
Yes, I am.
I'm
always thinking about food.
Yeah, what are you going to, I'm always thinking about food, but.
Oh, I mean, for me, not as much.
Yep.
I 7 miles for me is a very doable distance. I'm training for a 30-mile ultramarathon right now. Ooh. So most of my runs are 10 miles or higher. But hydration is a really big thing right now. So keeping on top of drinking enough fluids, enough electrolytes, that's really the big focus because it is hot outside still.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But you could get spicy with it, you know. Some people like to carb load the night before. I kind of have that built into my schedule already because I'm doing so much mileage, but you know.
Okay, wonderful. Now,
And do you have a psychological trick? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so can you give us beginners a tip?
I mean, my favorite motto is what I actually have tattooed on my arm is you can only run the mile you're in.
well,
But I would say for the Falmouth Road Race specifically, lean into the party atmosphere. It is one giant party and you can get as many high fives and as many screams from the crowd as you see fit. So it's an experience that you can create for yourself, but it's a lot of fun.
fun. That is great. So you said ultra marathon, 30 miles. What
Yeah.
makes it the ultra? The extra 4 miles, or is there more to it?
It's anything over 26.2. So
Okay.
right now I'm doing a 30-mile ultra, and then hopefully in the fall I'll be doing 50 miles.
50 miles
Yeah.
in one run.
Yeah, hopefully within 12 hours.
That's amazing.
So 7 miles is really just a drop in the bucket for you.
Yeah, pretty much, you know. Not for everyone, but it's still a good accomplishment to finish that 7 miles, and you should definitely pat yourself on the back if you do finish the race. And I applaud you as well, but yeah, for me it's a little more of a training run than it is anything else.
Well, enjoy the party. I agree with you as I've run it myself, and I love the music. It makes you really want to run faster, right?
Yeah.
Juliana Coughlin, thanks so much for coming in. Host of the Runner on FCTV, and one heck of a runner.
Absolutely.
Try my best, you know.
Yeah.
We'll
Thanks
be
for
watching.
having me. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. So bringing live coverage of all the heroes crossing the finish line is a highlight on the FCTV calendar every year. But it takes resources, right? And so we seek sponsorships from organizations out there, and
Yeah, we want to celebrate this year's sponsors, starting with our gold sponsor, the YMCA, and they are constructing with Cape Community Health a big YMCA that's coming very soon down on Brick Hill Road. We went to
everyone's excited about that.
Yeah, it's very thrilling.
yeah.
2 pools, by the way, among many things. We went to see it just the other day. Let's look at it now. I'm here with Karen Gardner and Stacy Pugh. They're going to talk about a wonderful building that is coming up right behind us, and they're going to talk about the synergy between their 2 organizations. So, Karen, can you tell me what you're here for?
Excellent. Yes, I'm Karen Gardner. I'm from the Community Health Center of Cape Cod, and I'm so lucky to be joined with my good friend Stacy Pugh from the YMCA. And I don't know, this is years and years in the making, and we are building the first ever in our region, Community Health Center and YMCA. Probably YMCA and Little Community Health Center, but you get the idea.
Yeah, this is just an unbelievable vision that Karen and I have been in the makings of for years together. We love partnering on programs and services to make the community healthier, and we do it community-based, and Karen and her team do it medically based, and together it's like magic.
So let's talk about that medically based first. So what is going to be behind us as far as medical facilities?
Excellent. So our vision is to improve the health of the community regardless of ability to pay, and really create lifelong wellness programming. So behind us you'll see that there's construction going on to build a community health center. That community health center is going to have everything from primary care to behavioral health services, mental health counseling if needed, full service pharmacy, and a whole host of wellness programming. I'll say wellness and education. So individuals, patients will work with their primary care provider and their health care team on specific health goals. It could be improving chronic health conditions, it could be losing weight, it could just be feeling and reaching a healthier lifestyle and patient outcomes. So all of those together will be done in conjunction with the YMCA, hopefully not duplicating any services, just complementing each other.
Stacy, what about the YMCA? How do you think that's going to fit into the whole?
Yeah, the Community Health Center and all of the medical recommendations that they will be giving to their patients can join the YMCA and bring those practices into day-to-day living and day-to-day implementation in their own life and in their families' lives. So, say someone says, we think you might need to lose a little weight. Well, we'll have personal trainers and wellness coaches and all of the equipment in our Healthy Living Center that will allow people to work on those things, strength training, cardiovascular training. We will have our 2 pools, which will also offer both cardiovascular as well as strength training. So many great opportunities for people who are looking to follow doctor's orders and find a great, safe, state-of-the-art place to do that with their friends.
Marvelous. So you could come here and use the pool. Maybe someone will watch the children. Some YMCAs do that. Do you anticipate doing that?
Yes, we will have a beautiful child watch center, and in this center there'll be 2 separate spaces, one for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers, and then another one for school-age children. And those spaces will have staff who will facilitate fun activities with the children, and so that they get to learn and grow and thrive together in their space while mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, aunts and uncles, whomever is their caregiver is enjoying some time for themselves to take care of themselves.
We envision a place where families can come, individuals can come, but whole families can come to work on healthcare goals. You might come with your young children, you might come with your teen and adolescents, you might come with your aging parents or other family members, so that the healthcare team is all working together to support goals. And people are working out while other other individuals might be working on chronic health improvement, but it's out of a medical building and it's more in a health and wellness feel-good environment that's safe and friendly, because we also know that it's about social interaction in healthcare too. It's not just about medicine and prescribing and diagnoses and all of these things. It's about attitude, feeling well, having the ability to access things in the fitness realm at an affordable price.
So Karen, this is an extension of primary care. This isn't an urgent care place. This isn't a hospital.
Correct.
Can you talk about exactly what this will do?
Sure. You described it perfectly. It's an extension of primary care, and it's really meant to complement whatever you're working on with your primary care at one of our 6 other locations. So you may see your primary care here. They may want to meet you at this location and carry on a care plan that has been established. You may be working not just with your primary care provider, but with the clinician, a mental health clinician or a dietitian. It's really everyone on the care team that will be circulating through this site. Again, based on what the community needs, based on what the patient care plan is, and based on what we're seeing as a need once the YMCA is up and running.
As it relates to programs that will support the health center, we not only will have the wellness studios for group exercise classes, but we will also have specialized group exercise classes in those studios. For example, pedaling for Parkinson's. So people who have been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, there are studies that have proven that intense exercise 3 times a week can really help them combat those symptoms. So as the community health center has a patient who receives that diagnosis, how can they help them without medication combat those types of challenges that they will face through this type of a specialized program? Similarly, Live Strong at the YMCA is a free 12-week program in partnership with the Live Strong Foundation that we operate for cancer survivors or people who are going through cancer treatments and have had release from their doctor to say it's okay for you to participate in this program. And it helps them rebuild their strength, rebuild what is lost. Muscle is lost when people are going through those treatments. So these are just 2 examples of programs where it's that warm handoff between each other, and then right back to the primary care who says, oh, you must be doing a lot of those pedaling for Parkinson's classes. You look great, your balance is so improved. And that's the goal here, is to have the more chronic disease types of programs that we're helping with, right along with those basic baseline, everybody stay healthy who's already healthy.
Yeah, and the confidence you get from feeling fit and feeling more healthy, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a win on every side. I love
And
it.
maybe a little bit of accountability thrown in, right? Like, who of us don't need a little accountability to make sure that we make time for our health and those kinds of things.
Cape and Coast Bank is also a gold sponsor. We really want to thank them too.
And we tip our hat, to their commitment and involvement in the community under the slogan, Powering Local.
Cape and Coast Bank is thrilled to be part of the team with the coverage of the Falmouth Road Race coming up, and we're really excited to see everyone participate, and including a ton of different locals who are crossing the line along with seasoned professionals and racers. So it's an exciting event every single year, and we're thrilled to be a part of it.
At Cape and Coast Bank, supporting our community is a part of who we are. And we believe in understanding the challenges that our community is facing and supporting the incredible nonprofit organizations who are addressing those challenges. We focus on 5 key areas, and that's building community, financial vitality, supporting our families, health and well-being, and the housing solutions that we need to provide here on Cape Cod.
Empowering Local is at the heart of everything we do, and what we mean by that is helping the businesses, people, and nonprofit organizations throughout our community thrive. That's what we mean by Powering Local, and we're just thrilled to be part of the Falmouth community, and especially the Falmouth Road Race.
We are so fortunate to live in a community with so many amazing local nonprofits. I wanted to highlight 2 grants that we recently issued to Farming Falmouth and the Falmouth Service Center, 2 amazing organizations addressing food security challenges that we have here in the region. And the best part is they're doing it together. And that is exactly what we hope to reflect in our charitable giving program, to strengthen these organizations and to provide real assistance to Cape Codders.
We just want to wish all the runners all the best. Have a great race day. Let's go runners!
So in the silver sponsorship category, we give a heartfelt thanks to the Island Queen, as you know, a big and longtime contributor and supporter of all things Falmouth.
Yeah, and we are now welcoming a new silver sponsor, Team Chase Foundation. That's a story of a family who's turned some real grief into kindness and triumph.
I lost my son Chase. He was 23 years old and he was in a car accident. I miss him every single day, every minute. And this is what keeps me going, is being able to do acts of kindness for people and being able to send kids to play sports and giving scholarships out. This is the Island Home boat, and Chase's name is welded on this boat, on the rudder. And this is his dad.
I'm Norman DeBarrows. I'm a captain at the Steamship Authority and on the motor vessel Island Home, where we had Chase's name welded in the rudder after his passing. The steamship was gracious enough to allow my family to let him ride with me while working underway. So he's always with us, no matter where we are.
So we are here in Woods Hole, Massachusetts at the Tommy Leonard start line. We're also here at the Captain Kidd. Not only did Chase work here, I also am currently working here, and we just want to wish all the runners for this year's road race good luck, and you got this.
I think about Chase on a regular basis when his number 47 comes up. When he saw the number 47, he used to reset his mindset and figure how he could have a better day going forward. We have 47 runners this year, which is significant. We haven't had that many. So this year is very special.
Basketball was Chase's passion. Chase loved basketball. So this was created in memory of my son, and it's called the Chase Challenge Kindness Brawl. So what you do is, on the back of it, there's a QR code, and you scan it, and it opens up the world map. So what you do is you put your name in, and then you put the act of kindness that you did, and then it registers where the ball is. So in the city that you're in, Falmouth, Florida, France, wherever. The goal is to keep the ball bouncing so you pass it to the person who you did something kind for. So you can actually track this ball and see how many times it changes hands.
So we're at Chase's bench, and we're very grateful for this wonderful memorial and to keep his legacy going for the rest of eternity at the Falmouth Heights.
Let's get in, let's go!
So that's our little preview of the road race. To everyone out there running, stay safe, stay hydrated, and have a great time.
Yeah, and if you're out stuck in traffic somewhere or standing in a line waiting, just remember it's only one weekend and it's a fun weekend, so
Sure is.
enjoy.
Yeah, patience, please. We want to welcome all these great visitors to come to our town. You know, we live in a place where everyone from around the world comes, so let's show them some great hospitality.
I'm Eileen Preston.
I'm Michael Kasparian, and until
Till
next time,
we'll see you around town.
Welcome to the 53rd running of the ASICS Falmouth Road Race. I'm here in the village of Woods Hole, home of the starting line for runners. Since 1973, the race has become one of the premier running events of the summer season and draws an international field of Olympians, elite runners, and thousands of recreational runners out to enjoy the scenic seaside course. Here begins our tour. It's 7 miles from here to the finish line in Falmouth Heights. Just over a mile into the course, runners pass by Nobska Light, one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of Falmouth. Built in 1829, Nobska Light towers over Vineyard Sound, nearly 100 feet above sea level, and is an active beacon for nearby ships as well as runners taking on their first big hill of the course. Right after mile 3, the foliage opens up as the race skirts Surf Drive. Along these sandy beaches, it's a flat on the way toward Falmouth Village. Runners are energized by official entertainment along the race course and by the spectators at the stilted beach houses.